Worldwide Sound. Talktainment Radio, Worldwide Sound. Talktainmentradio.com. We give you a reason to come. The world's greatest radio. We give you a reason to stay. Radio, the way it should be heard. You got the power.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalktainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Oh yeah, when you hear that music, you know it's definitely funkified. You are now in touch with Talkin Sports Plus with Mr. Bobby, along with the voice of Miss Rita, and my old compartment. That would be Mr. Trent McMurray. TalktainmentRadio.com. We go where you go, the world's greatest radio. And again, you're in touch with Talkin Sports Plus. I'm your host, Mr. Bobby, and guess what? I am here in Columbus, Ohio, but my peoples, they went out to San Francisco at the resort hotel Seashore by the Seaside in the Bay Area, I guess, for the NBA action. How y'all doing out there?
It's all good.
Doing well. You're doing well.
Doing well, Mr. Bobby.
You know, see, Trent is used to that because we did a show when Trent and I were down in Nolans here. Nolans, yeah. And then when Trent had a little gig up in the Chi-Town, you know, anybody that's been with us, you know what we did.
All right,
You
now.
know exactly what we did.
Talktainment takes it coast to coast.
Oh, the most from coast to coast. You got that right. Okay, let's get right into it right now. Trent, Rita, let's talk about the L.A. Laker mess. Can you get through the mess in L.A.?
Well, Mr. Bobby, it is a city on fire.
Okay.
Filled with lies, deception. It would make a wonderful melodrama for TV.
TV drama. Okay.
Magic quits.
Yeah.
And Kobe's ex-agent becomes manager, whatever.
You mean Mr. Polinka?
Yeah, Mr. Polinka, yeah, exactly.
Stinking Polinka.
Stinking Polinka.
Okay.
And Magic's ruling by intimidation, and people are quitting and scared of him, and he walking around like his name starts with a Y.
That would be Yahweh for those that don't know. Rita, what do you think from a woman's perspective?
From a woman's perspective.
From a woman's perspective.
From an anti-Lakers perspective. Sometimes you just got to burn it down and start from scratch.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying.
Burn it down. Well, you know, Stephen A. Smith is going to have the Laker and Mike Wilbon and another gentleman on at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And, they're going to talk about that. Now, you know what? Now, some people said that Magic is, you know, two ways. But you know what? I kind of can understand that. Because on the camera, he's this way.
Right.
But he inherited a MESS.
Yeah.
You know.
He inherited a mess.
Yes.
Their first mistake was ever letting Jerry West go.
Oh, come on now.
Shouldn't have never let Jerry West go.
West is the best.
Exactly.
I'm keep trying to tell y'all. Go
and
ahead.
now you're going to see the Clippers dominate the West Coast.
You got the Doc Rivers, huh?
That other LA team?
The other LA team.
Exactly.
And they want their own arena because my man, Mr. What's his name? Bomber's got some deep pockets.
And he'll pay for it himself.
He'll pay.
Absolutely.
He'll pay.
Hello.
I
ain't mad at it. Yeah. Folks' pockets. That's when the change will come.
All right, deep pockets. Speaking about deep pockets, what the hell are y'all doing out there at the hotel out there, the Seashore by the Seaside Resort?
What happens on the seashore stays on the seashore.
Okay, we know we got a big game out there on Thursday.
Yes.
You know, the Toronto. It's kind of hard for me to believe that.
Toronto.
Yeah, no, not them.
And Golden State. Talk to me about that.
NBA's fixed. There is no way on this green earth that Milwaukee should have lost to Toronto.
Why do you say that, brother? I know you got some information for me.
Well, I do.
Okay, I'm listening.
When you got a 24-year-old phenom, the next face of the NBA.
You mean Giannis?
Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Greek freak?
Poo-poo,
Yep.
huh? Okay.
Without a doubt. You don't lose. You
Yeah.
don't lose.
But they lost, bro.
They did. And here's why.
Okay.
Kawhi.
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 Why?
Because Kawhi's leaving.
Kawhi's leaving.
Lee's leaving for warmer weather.
You know that song, Mo Bounce to the Ounce? But
Yes.
that ball just bounce 4 times and
Yes.
then went in the hole.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Mo Bounce to the Ounce. Yeah, I like that. Go ahead, Rita. Talk to me about that.
I'm going to let the experts weigh in on that. I'm just going to enjoy the game
so
itself.
so then you out there to watch, huh?
I am out here to watch.
Now we gotta say this.
Enjoy.
Everybody heard it across the world. She likes to watch.
To each his own.
Whoa.
And I'm keeping to my own.
Oh, is that right? That's
What
right.
happens on the coast.
Okay.
Stays on the coast.
So no reference to Cuba and Houston tonight.
I haven't.
I
What are you talking
don't know
about?
what you're talking about at all.
Okay. All righty. So anyway, Trent,
Yeah.
speaking about that, now,
Right.
I got some information before we came on the air that during the Boogie Cousins
Right.
wants to come back. He's
Yes,
healthy
yes,
enough
he
to
does.
come back.
Right.
However,
Mm-hmm.
if he does, guess what?
What?
It could mess that mix up. What do you think? Boogie.
It could, because
Could.
he's rusty, but he's a big man in the middle.
He's a big man in the middle.
And I think Mr. Green gonna like that.
I don't know. I'm speaking about the man in the middle. Yeah, Mr. Green not gonna like that.
No.
Yeah, but
Well,
But-
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
is that right?
That's right.
So keep him out, huh?
Keep him out.
He ain't gonna like that.
Well, he don't run the show.
He got a 1-year deal, right?
He got a 1-year deal
And then he's
he gone.
He gone. Okay.
with 2 other players.
Like Flippo used to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop, boing. Rita, give me a story.
So the Washington Nationals AAA club, the Fresno Grizzlies,
Uh-oh.
had to issue an apology to Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay, see, huh? Oh, never mind, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On Memorial Day,
Uh-huh.
during a doubleheader, they played a video.
2 heads.
2 hits. They played a video
Ooh,
in between the first and second game of this doubleheader. Now,
Yes.
the video was pulled from YouTube.
Okay.
Nobody watched the video in its entirety before it was played
Tell me why.
at the game.
Ooh.
And it was intended to be a moving tribute to the armed forces, but as the voice of Ronnie Reagan, I remember what I said about Reagan.
Ronnie
Minutes.
Yeah,
I remember.
B-movie Ronald Reagan.
As Ronnie's voice mentioned, enemies of freedom.
Ooh.
The video showed an image of Representative Ocasio-Cortez smack dab in the middle of Kim Jong-un and Fidel Castro.
In the middle.
In the middle.
M-I-D-D-L-E. Go ahead.
So they had to issue an apology. The club issued an apology. And they said, we're embarrassed. We allowed this video to play without having the front office reviewed it. Somebody lost their job on that day.
Couple people.
Wait a minute now. I don't understand. What the hell was she doing in the middle of that?
There's a lot of political propaganda on YouTube, and it's not regulated in a way that some other, let's say, more valued news sources would be.
Okay.
But as this is a professional organization, if you're going to play a video, it would behoove you to watch the entire video and make sure that you are not putting your organization in a place where legal action can be taken against you, or that you're making a statement that is actually not true of the entity that you represent.
So this was a doctored video, huh?
It was a doctored video. It was something that was put together not by the organization. Someone got lazy and just went and found a video.
Wow.
In the words of my grandmother, laziness will kill you.
So it was Mr. and who else?
Kim Jong-un and Fidel Castro.
Fidel!
She was smack dab in the middle.
Fidel.
And somebody said, "Dead men tell no lies."
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
With the words mentioned, enemies of freedom.
Enemies of
Really?
freedom.
Is that what she is?
Wow. I can't even whistle no more.
Okay.
All right. Trent, work with me. What you got for the brother?
So, Mr. Bob, I hadn't said nothing about my boys, so I just been sitting back waiting.
Okay.
So, I got a question for you.
Okay.
From all the way out here on the West Coast.
Okay.
Who's going to be the Yankees MVP?
The most valuable person, huh?
They got plenty of candidates. First of all, shout out to my boys in the AL East who's leading the division with their starters injured.
Damn Yankees.
Since Luke Voigt was called up last August, he's played 91 games.
Okay.
In the regular season with the Yankees.
Okay.
As a result, his name has suddenly become a recognizable name amongst the regular Yankee players. The base.
They like him?
The fan base. They love him. Luke Voigt, Aaron Judges. Giancarlo Stanton.
The Judge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Sanchez and my man Didi Gregorius.
Oh, DG Gory. Yeah, Gory.
They bad.
They're bad.
The unknown first baseman. These boys are playing. These are young guys, Mr. Bobby, that expect nothing but to win.
Now think about this seriously, Trent. Are the Yankees, with all that talent,
yes,
seems like they're going to have to trade somebody for some draft picks?
Why? Why they got a draft? Who they got? What they need draft picks for?
Because there's always young talent, Trent, coming up. Are you even way out there where y'all at?
Well, I tell you what, Mr. Bobby.
Yes.
After we win number 28 this season,
you think?
Then you come talk to me about trade.
Well, I don't know. Your boys out there, the Oakland A's now. Come on now. What, 11 straight?
That's true. 11 straight wins. Jeez. The Yankees have won 17 straight.
17 straight. Wait a minute.
That's a nice streak.
That one got by me.
Yes, it did. That was a fastball on the inside.
Is that what? Oh, that's a tough pitch to hit.
Exactly.
Catch that one on the ride home.
Right, that was PITCH. Pitch. Okay, all right, wow. I can't get over that one. 17 in a row?
Yeah. 17 straight.
Okay.
They playing some ball.
Playing some ball. Basketball.
Baseball hasn't been very good to me.
Sammy, whatever his name. Whatever, Sammy,
No, I believe in Glaze.
Hey, you play to win the game, man.
Right.
Hey, speaking about baseball, on a sad note, you got to remember this.
Yes.
Bill Buckner.
Yes. Mr. Buckner.
Indeed.
And when I know for me, when I first think about it, a fabulous guy with the Los Angeles Dodgers, but then he got traded to your hated team, the Boston Red Sox.
Yes.
That's where they messed up.
Yeah, and I believe my man Mookie, Mook hit the ball down the first base line, and I can hear Vin Scully say,
"You play to win the game.
There you go.
You play to win the game. You don't play to just play."
Appreciate that, Herb.
Yeah, Herb said that the ball went between his legs. A routine ground ball.
Yes, it did.
Went between his legs. Behind the bag, said Vin Scully.
Yes, he did.
And, man, oh, man, a hell of a series. What, 1986? Is that what that was?
86, I think it was, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what he's remembered by. That one play right there.
Yep.
Stitch in time. But anyway, he passed away for all you baseball fans, and it just kind of, well, hey, Trent, we getting up there.
Yes, you are.
Man, yes.
Trent said, speak for yourself.
I'm out here on the coast. I'll take another one of those,
we're
please.
Chilling.
Yeah, well, y'all left coast people.
It's unfortunate that's the one thing that he's remembered for in his career. But he had a great career. 2,715 hits. He won the batting title. He made the All-Star team. Woo! He never struck out three times in one game, which happened multiple times in games just last night. He had a great career. So it's unfortunate that one thing is what shapes what people remember about him.
You see, that's why we have the voice on the show, because she get under the stuff and dig up the facts, man, But don't take her off now. Please don't do that now. Don't do that. Hey, speaking about don't do that. Don't do that. TalkTainmentradio.com is a 24/7, no-charge, worldwide broadcasting facility with hosts delivering on various topics such as news and lifestyle, sports, health, law, health, wellness, religion, and politics. Now, listen to this. I'm going to name off a couple of shows with you. Now, tomorrow at 9 a.m. from 9 until 11, it's going to be the compensatory concept with my main man, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. You got to tune in and listen to it. Yes, I'm been blessed to have been the co-host. We got a good subject tomorrow called entitled "It Wasn't Me."
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Via the doctored video of Miss Nancy Pelosi. Tune in tomorrow and see the compensatory counter-racist logic as Mr. Fuller talks about that. And then Trent and I's other girl, the Quay Morgan Hill show. We still can't get over their conversation about the micro penis. Wow! Trent said he didn't know nothing about that one. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to know. And then the other show we do is new. Yeah, pencil. Yeah. Anyway, new money. Yeah, you gotta
new money.
New money, man. Ain't nothing like new money. Hey, listen. All these shows are exclusive to TalkTameRadio.com, and all you have to do, if you want to take a little sample, as we do in radio, just sample the programs that TalkTameRadio.com has to offer. See if you like it or if you don't like it. And if you do, then listen to it. All this from TalkTameRadio.com. That is radio the way it should be heard. All righty, my name is Mr. Bobby. I am the host of Talkin Sports Plus with Mr. Bobby, along with the voice, Rita Arnold, and my main man, Trent McMurray, and they happen to be way out in San Francisco at the seashore by the seaside at the Resort Hotel in the Bay Area.
Yes.
How's the weather out there, by the way, since y'all out there?
It's beautiful, and as soon as we get off the air, it's on and cracking.
You going to be doing any...
and cracking.
Cracking. Does that mean you're going to be any surfboarding, Trent?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. At least it's not bungee jumping off of the Golden Gate Bridge.
That would be true.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, only they'd have that whip around your neck.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
Give me a story, Mr. Neck Brother.
So... Also, over the weekend, Mr. Bobby, we had another passing of an American all-star by the name of Mr. Bart Starr.
Oh, yeah, Bart, yeah.
Who was quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. He won 5 championships, Mr. Bobby. 5.
Wow.
Hurt me.
5.
Hurt me in 67, brother.
He was one of the best quarterbacks of his era. And the NFL he was in one of the smallest markets in the NFL.
Yes.
In Green Bay. The Icebreaker Bowl. Where he slid in and won his first one.
34-27 over the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Absolutely.
It hurts.
So he played the day he retired. Bob Harlan took over as general manager.
Okay, Mr. Harlan.
Mr. Harlan.
Okay.
He hired Bart Starr.
Okay.
Do you remember he used to coach? He was the Packers coach.
Oh, wait a minute.
After he retired, he came back and helped coach.
Because Vince Lombardi went to Washington.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
And Mr. Harlan, in Bart Starr's last year of his contract, he gave him a raise. You know how much he was making?
How much was he making?
$100,000.
That all?
That's the most money he has ever made over his career.
But now, at that time, was that a pretty good piece?
That's a pretty good piece of money. That was in the 60s.
Yeah, okay.
That was in the 60s.
In the 60s.
So Bart Starr, his coaching tenure was from 75 to 86. Or, I'm sorry, 83.
Okay.
75 to 83 he coached. His season tenure record was 52, 76, and 3.
Okay.
And he was 1-1 in the playoffs. So, Bart Starr everybody growing up wanted to be Bart Starr. And he was a true gentleman.
Yeah.
Off of the field, he had a gentleman that actually came to his house and knocked on his door and said, Mr. Starr, I don't mean to bother you, but could you just sign this piece of paper for my dad?
Starrific.
And he asked him, he said, my dad doesn't have much longer to live.
Yes.
And he said, where is your dad? And the guy said, that doesn't matter. Could you just sign this piece of paper? And the guy said, well, where's your dad? And the guy was embarrassed, and he said, he's in the car. He said, bring him in. He brought him in to his house, showed him his championship ring.
Yeah.
Sat there with that man for another hour and a half and just talked to him. Didn't have to do it. The man, at the age of 89, got up out of his seat, turned to him, and started crying and said, "You have completed my life. God bless you."
Wow.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, Bert Starr was a true gentleman off the field. He always made time to sign autographs for kids. Always.
Always.
He would never turn down an autograph to a kid. So we're gonna miss you, Bert.
Oh man, that make me want to go home and have an all beef weenie. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, I'll have another one of those, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Mike, that
Make it a
too.
double.
Oh, what that girl saying? Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Go ahead, Rita.
So we've been talking about baseball.
Okay.
Have you heard about the new voting for the Major League Baseball All-Star
There
game?
she go. There she goes. Stuff under the stuff.
Okay.
Lay it on us. Lay it on me.
They finally gonna let me vote?
Well, there is a new 25-day primary. You know what happens in primaries?
Yeah.
You get paid.
Well, you know, the
Unless you
primary will determine the top 3 vote getters for
Okay.
every infield
Okay.
position
Okay.
and the top 9 vote getters for every outfield
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Finalists will be revealed on June 21st, and then fans will then determine the starting lineup. The starting roster will be revealed on June 27th, and then pitchers and reserves will be revealed on June 30th.
Oh.
Now, for those that may not understand what's different about this, the old way, the top vote getter simply was put on the all-star team. Period.
Yeah.
They would advance to the all-star
That's how
team
it
for
should
the
be.
starting lineup. You don't think it should be a little more fair, Trent?
That is fair.
That is fair? Just the top vote getter all
If
the
I'm
time?
banging all season and doing it all the time, you gonna put me in all the time.
True. True.
Fair to Midland.
Right.
Midland.
I don't need all these primary. Man, that's rigged.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
Yeah, the whole thing is rigged.
Yeah.
Man.
You
Well,
got to
that's
at least
true.
make it look good. You know they like to talk about our Yankees
Oh,
and
please, I'm right here to talk
stacking the deck. I mean,
Don't
I'm
matter.
just saying.
We've got it backed up. We got 27
I understand that.
championships.
about. Yeah. I hadn't been a Yankee
You
fan
right,
since
you right.
'65 when Dizzy Dean and Pee Wee Reese did the broadcast
And they won that year.
on CBS.
And they won that
I can
year.
still
Indeed.
see swollen leg, knee, Mickey Mantle hitting 2 home runs
Exactly.
against the Minnesota Twins with Tony Oliva and all the Harvard Killebrew and all that.
And they won then.
Oh, man, I
won.
hated the damn Yankees. Oh,
So I say all that to say
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how people will actually feel about the process.
They won't vote.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be the change?
Too complicated.
Yeah, it is too complicated.
Too complicated.
Speaking about complicated, Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah, a story came across. A couple of people were discussing this, and I really didn't have an answer to this. But Rita, why is USA women's soccer so dominant? There was silence in heaven for 30 minutes. I mean, they get more pub
Yeah, they do.
than the men.
You know why?
Okay, I'm listening, Rita. Rita, what's your last name? Okay, yeah, go ahead. So, tell us why, Dr. Trent.
Have you ever watched women's USA soccer?
Only when they take off their jerseys.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think there's a little more to it.
Not
than
only are they
taking that.
good at
Okay.
playing, at doing what they do, they look good doing it, Mr. Bobby.
Ooh, take it off, baby. Ooh, yeah.
Simply put, Mr. Bobby,
Yes.
the U.S. women's soccer team is the team to beat.
Yeah, worldwide.
They hold it
Right.
down, and they have for years.
Yes,
and
they have.
Years.
Ooh, Mufasa.
So
Hold
They
it
hold
down.
it down.
their coach's philosophy is basically, we're out here to win.
Well, wait a minute.
And they put their team together, and she said, World Cups aren't moments to invest in players.
Oh, wait a minute. Was that a shot at the men?
That was.
Was that a shot at the men?
That was.
What Harm say? You do what to win the game?
You
play
play
to win the game.
And wait a minute now, are you saying that the men's soccer team doesn't play to win the game?
I'm saying that the men's soccer team is still trying to feel legitimized in the world of soccer. I'm saying that the men's soccer team still really trying to get their legs under
You
them.
see that,
They
Trent?
really
So-
don't
Wait a
have a style of play that is established.
Now,
So at the end of the day, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Day.
whose paycheck is bigger? Thank you. I'll wait.
Well, you know the answer is the men.
Well, there
I
it
can't
is.
believe that Rita went Clark Gable on us.
She did.
Run silent, run deep.
Right.
Gee.
Talking about the men ain't got no you play Messi.
You know what?
What?
But
Messi.
Yeah,
Listen.
but she's legitimized because the TV ratings for the women
That is true.
are 2 to 3 times higher than they are for
Well,
the
you know,
men.
like I said, I just explained why. I just explained why
You
that
know,
is.
hairy chest man.
But you
Right.
know what? But you know what? Their other women's sports don't necessarily draw like
Well,
that.
now
Because the rest of them don't run up and down the field sweating and wearing shorts that half of the shorts are. Yeah,
Wait a minute. How about the WNBA? How about that?
please.
Ain't nobody watching that.
Ain't nobody
No,
watching that.
no.
They're watching college softball, the women's.
That's truth.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
How about women's track and field? Now, come on.
Yes.
Oh, we all watching that.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
Oh,
Flo
yeah.
Joe. Come on, Flo Joe. Ooh.
Every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll get a bobsled team. I don't know. I don't know.
You say Mr.
Time out.
Bobsled team?
Bobby sled.
Mr. Bobby
Yeah,
sled.
yeah, Mr.
Okay.
Bobby sled. Wow.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wondered about this. Well, see, women, man.
You see, I read a couple of things that talked specifically about how the men's team, their previous coach, the philosophy was really get out here, get to the finals, win the game any way you can. They never stick to any one style of play, one plan. The women are methodical.
They are.
They
Yeah.
get out there and they get it done. They have a plan and they have a team that has been together. They have not switched over large numbers of people.
You
And the roster even, it surprised some people, but their coach knows what she's doing.
reminds me of that movie, Two Can Play That Game, when Anthony Anderson said the CIA ain't got on a woman with a plan.
That's
Okay.
truth.
Whew.
That's true.
Saying.
Woo!
That's
and he
true.
And he beat the tambourine. We're gonna beat the drum. Oh, God. Anyway, U.S. women's soccer. Well, yeah, and the men seem to be prima donnas anyway. And it's unfortunate that the pay scale is just absurd in favor of the men.
That would be true.
And they
Yeah.
haven't done anything. Not a single thing. Let's see. Before we take that mandatory break here, we got a golf tournament. Now, you guys are way out there in San Francisco, YMCA. Anyway,
How about some rice-a-roni?
The
man,
San
that's
Francisco
nasty,
treat.
man.
It is, I
You
know.
don't be getting that stuff, man.
know. I just wanna-
get the real Charlie.
I just
food,
want to
man.
ride on the trolley
You
car.
do that. Try that. Charlie Molly.
Yeah.
Here we got the, I think they call it the memorial.
The memorial.
Only problem is I
okay.
haven't seen any rain, although we did have thunderstorms last night
Oh.
here.
Really?
Now, y'all were way out there.
Really? Y'all had
man.
thunderstorms last night?
They put the tornado. Tornado was
Tornado?
They was on.
Uh-oh.
They was on.
Uh-oh.
They was on. Had to beat the drum, man.
I heard all about
Yeah,
it.
woo! Yeah, woo!
Can you go ride by the ranch and make sure the horses are still in the barn?
Last time I went by your ranch, I saw that male horse and that female horse, and I tell you, I sat there and watched. Yeah,
Now, didn't you just talk about me? Never mind.
yeah, right. But I've been getting
Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, then he looked at me and said, "Gee, I wish you here." Anyway. Yeah, but he didn't have any stamina. Anyway,
Okay.
but what about the Memorial Golf Tournament coming up there, fella? Yeah, Trent.
Well, there's only one person that's going to be a draw,
yeah,
and that would be Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You know what? Now, do you have a problem with Tiger being that Tiger went to that famous address in Washington, D.C., 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and put on that? Yeah, jacket.
That's on him. I don't
Okay.
care.
No.
I don't care.
He still ain't learned.
He
But
still
that's
ain't
okay.
learned. Okay, I ain't black.
Hey, black.
Anyway,
Yeah.
TalkTainmentRadio.com.
Couple
Listen to
Asians.
this. We go where you go. Download the TalkTainmentRadio.com app to your cell or to your tablet. Podcasts are available. That's radio the way it should be heard. Stay right there. We're going to blow this thing up on the mothership. TalkTainmentRadio.com. Radio the way it should be heard. Stay right there.